Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I got another rack. Not sure what it's from. It's been said that it's a rack for shipping a lawnmower. I got no argument with that. Can't say it is or it isn't. All I know is it's a nice lot of angle iron, flat bar, and square tube. And I'm going to cut it apart today so that I can put it in the shop and have it ready for projects. Having it sit like this, you can say, well, okay, I'll cut off what I need. What that means is you won't go get it because it's too much trouble that day, and you'll do something else. Also, it takes up a lot of room, and it looks hideous. Makes a terribly difficult time getting in and out of the workshop, so I'm just going to cut it up and stack it. One of the things I like about the DeWalt, it's got a locking pin that holds the arbor so I can loosen up the nut. Now, why am I changing this cutoff blade? It's damaged. It's got a crack in it. Now, I might have been able to cut just a little bit more with it, but chances of that flying off and whacking into something I don't want to have things whacking into, pretty great. So, when they get broken like this, best thing to do is throw it out. I only tighten it up finger tight. Big thing I want to do is make sure that it's down over the arbor and secure. I want it seated flat so that it runs true. No gap on either side. Why am I wearing leather gloves? Well, I was working at Demmer Corporation, and I was out taking pictures of a job. Wasn't lifting or moving anything. Didn't need gloves, so I thought. And then I wanted to sit down. So I reached over and brushed the dust off of a beam that was sitting there. Quite a bit of dust on it. And under that dust I didn't realize that there was some weld spatter. Or somebody had cut off a weld and hadn't ground it flat. Well, when I wiped my hand across that nice razor sharp edge, it just sliced me about 4 places across the palm of my hand. And I decided right then and there that that was the wrong thing to do. Unfortunately, it had already been done, and I was already cut. So, now I try and remember that and wear gloves when I'm working on rusty iron that might have sharp edges on it. I like one thing about welds. They're real strong in one direction. But if you take them the other direction, they pop right off. Easy as pie. I can disassemble this thing with only cutting half the welds. And breaking them is a lot less expensive than cutting them off. It works real good until somebody gets wise and figures out that if they put the welds on opposite sides of the piece of steel, it's going to be a lot stronger. Then I have to call on my friend Archimedes and say I need some leverage. And he says, work with gravity, just like Mr. Newton said. This one I'm going to have to do some cutting on, because I got tack welds on both sides of that square tube and tack welds on both sides of that square tube down there. I'll bet they had 2 different guys working on this jig. One guy working on one side, one guy working on the other. Because when I look at the welds are slightly different, and they're in different orientation. But that's okay, I'm getting this stuff for next to nothing. Just some time. The cost of a few grinding discs. That one's not cooperating much either. Leverage and location. And sometimes just a little bit of grinding. Well, it's all tore down. I still got one to go, but I'm going to do that another day. I've used up all my time I've allotted for this job, and we're going to go in the house and sit down and rest a little bit. After having done all that, I'm hot and tired. So I'm going to go in the house and rest a while. Then I'll come back out and take on another project. In the meantime, if you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.